Alright people, good afternoon. I'm gonna just park up and I'll swing into my street now. The road dead. So I said I'm gonna go up on the live one time now. Alright? You know, I watched a video on Facebook, right? Daniel sent me a video clip since yesterday with the conversation that the Prime Minister had in Tobago. And everybody seemed to cut off. Hey Sterling, I will call you that's now, Sterling. Everybody, look out for my call, Sterling. As soon as I finish this live. Anyway, everybody seemed to be like they cut out this little part where Rowley spoke about the Galleon's Passage not being a fast ferry and telling the people that Tobago, don't go on the boat and come back and tell me it's slow. Let me stick a pin right here. Right? Let me just put that on pause. Just for a split second, right? Because this man went to Tobago to have this conversation with a handful of people in a room or wherever they were. But a handful of people. The majority of the crowd appeared to be his own colleagues, with Fitzgerald Hines, one of those at the forefront, front and center, smiling and laughing and giggling at everything the Prime Minister said. Because, well, God alone knows how far. Well, boy, Fitzgerald head so far up Rowley ass, you can't even see the end of his dreadlocks. That's how far up inside it is. You understand? Anyway, the people of Tobago, or the people in that room, and I want to make this very clear, I am hoping that those people are not speaking for all the people in Tobago. Obviously they're not, right? But what I mean is, let's not hope that the way they embraced everything their leader had to say, let's not hope that the rest of people in Tobago thinking that way. Because if they are, then everybody in Tobago should be shot with shit. If they are. But we know that is not true. At least you want to hope so, right? So anyway, they clap, they laugh, they giggle. Everything he say, they embraced it. This is the same man and his administration that have the people of Tobago under the pressure that they're currently in. And he had the audacity to say, people talking about no tourism in Tobago, but you can't get a flight to come across. All the flights booked up. Right. So he had the audacity to even mention that. They remove a perfectly working boat. We in 2018 going into 2019. They come into power in 2015. Shortly thereafter, they removed the Superfast Galicia and had no replacement for it. Good? We ended up with a failed sea bridge. They went out, they do all kind of things. They bring this boat, that boat, Bridgeman, everything, all kind of bacchanal, right? They come and they say they purchase a boat, the Galleon's Passage, for 17 million US. The boat take forever to reach here. We come to find out the boat top speed is 22 knots or something so. Anyway. And after all this time, the Galleon's Passage finally reached Trinidad and Tobago on July 16th. Today is the 26th of August and the boat is yet to sail. It parked up down in Chagaramas. And this man gone to Tobago to tell people the Galleon's Passage is not a fast ferry, don't go on the boat and come back and tell me it's slow. This man has the audacity to sit there and say that to those people. You know why? Because all of them is Sicko fans. All of them is diehard PNM supporters. And nobody, not one of them in that room, would stand up and say, what? You coming to tell me that now? How does Keith Rowley know what the average Tobagonian going through when he resides at the diplomatic center in St. Anne's, which is in Trinidad? How does Keith Rowley know what the average Trinbagonian, I don't ever use that term, but I'll use it here because that's not a nationality. But how does he know what they face in the absence of a sea bridge? When anytime he goes to Tobago, I'm very sure he flies. Good? What does he know about those problems that these people are going through for the last how much ever years? To sit there and have the audacity now, after you went and purchased a boat and you say a boat which you claimed in the beginning was a brand new boat. Donkey logic, right? Let me show you the donkey logic now. He come back and he say, to defend his point, he says, a fast ferry is not an easy thing to source. You have to go there and look for it. I, in 2 minutes, went up on YouTube and find a company that builds ferries and customizes it to the waters that have to sail in. Anything you want, they could customize it. They build it to your liking. Good? I find that in 2 minutes. But we paying people hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to find a ferry, and it's a difficult task. But I could go up on YouTube and type in fast ferries for sale and find 100 of them. And even if I don't want to buy one of those ferries that are watching on YouTube that they're probably describing, right? All the ferry features, how much people it could hold, the capacity for the vehicles, everything, the amount of engine it have, the top speed, how much knots it does do, what type of waters it built for. While these videos explaining that to me, good, and I could find it in 2 minutes, we paying people big money to tralala and come back and say they can't find a fast ferry. You could believe that? And the people who sit down in that room in Tobago should be ashamed of themselves to laugh when he said that. Some of them laughed, they chuckled because it was funny that the Galleon's Passage is not a fast ferry. Don't come back and tell me it's slow. Good? So he makes it appear like sourcing a fast ferry is the most difficult task in the world. That, oh gosh, it's not an easy thing to do. You don't just get up and find a fast ferry. Really, Keith Rowley? Are fast ferries not common? Are the companies that build them, that in business for years building them, scarce? What is the problem? You could have gone to any company, one of the many companies, shipbuilding companies, and order a boat and customize it to suit the waters that it have to sail in. Because we know going through the boat is not an easy thing, but all they didn't choose to do that. You know why? All your bright and Trinidadian people done seen her. But I don't know what to say about Tobagonians now. And plenty of Tobagonians ain't gonna like me after today. But I tell you now the truth. Everybody, not all here, but everybody who sit down in that room is a pack of jackasses. To sit down and take that. And then he even went further and had the audacity now to mention that eventually the boat will be sailing the route from Toco to Tobago, which part it don't even have a port yet. So he basically tell them, we order a boat to sail a route that we don't have a port for. But don't worry, Because the express and the spirit will come back into service. And the sea bridge will be more efficient. That could be more efficient. He could explain me that. So we're spending millions of dollars to bring back the same 2 boats where we had all the time. And that is how the sea bridge is going to be more efficient. Because you're going to take a boat, move it from the port here, put it up in Toko, where it don't have a port, so you have to build a port. How long it will take it to build the port, we don't know. And the next thing, I hope people listen, you know, because the beauty in the whole discussion, he said, the problem will be solved, it will all be over by 2020. That is our election year. So in case all is sleeping now, you see, the old PNM way of doing things. Starve you for 4 years, feed you for 2 months, and you run back and vote for them. Jackasses. There's the Republic of the jackasses of Trinidad and Tobago. This is not Trinidad and Tobago. This is jackass nation. If a room full of people could sit down and take that, let me tell you something. If I come out the road, not if I come out the road, if I invite somebody home by me, and when I reach home by me, they spit in my face, the police had to come for me, you know. Spitting on somebody is the most degrading, disrespectful thing you could do to somebody, to spit on them. And that is what he did to the people at Tobago in that conversation or wherever. He practically sat there, spat in your face. And you know what you do? You smile and you take it and you say, we love you. I don't know what to say about these people. I don't know what to say about this country again, you know. If a prime minister could sit there and, if not just a prime minister, if a government could sit there or stand there or be in charge and get away with that, we in a real bad situation. We dead in the water, you know. We dead in the water. We dead in the water. I telling you, the people in this country gone mad. And then he turned back and he say, and I want to tell all you, Tobagonians must stop being their own worst enemy. And you know what I want to say? He, if any Tobagonian, should know that. Because he is Tobago's own worst enemy. Keith Christopher Rowley is Tobago's own worst enemy. So it's a bit ironic that he made that statement. I am, the only thing I'm happy for, right? Let me tell you what I'm overjoyed for. I am 120% overjoyed that when Tobagonians catching the ass for the next 10 years, or the next 5 years, or for however long, it wasn't a Trinidadian that do it to them. That they could turn around and say, them Trini this and them Trini that. Because, make no mistake, that is how they, that is what they go say, you know. Is them Trinidadian do this and this is Trinidadian do that. I am overjoyed that is a Tobagonian, a son of your soil, that totally, you know, I want to say, I want to say it, you know, but I can't. Right? I can't. But I'm glad it's one of your own doing it to you. So you can't turn around and say, them Trini and them. When sandals reach, all in more trouble, you know. Mark my words, you know. All you're in more trouble. And I want to ask the Prime Minister and the government something. All the talks, all you're talking with sandals. Who paying? Who money gonna and spend? You know, I ain't hearing nothing about that, you know. Unless Sandals Hotel go be a gift from China like the Kuva Hospital. I don't know. Because he went China too, eh? So maybe, I don't know, maybe go ask the Chinese to build the Sandals Hotel. I don't know. I don't know. Who money going and spend to put sandals in Tobago? That's what I want to know. I don't know Tobagonians and them go lost the land and everything up there. Some of them got to move out. They go wherever. I don't know. That's their problem, yes? Because you know why they asked for it? They was red and ready. Right. Take it slow and steady. Good. I have no remorse. I don't feel no compassion for anybody. Anybody who vote PNM and suffering right now. Take it. The full shaft. I'm not sorry for all you. A matter of fact, it's in a nobody in my community here. You see in St. James I live in, and I say this bold and brave. It's a nobody who does support any political party that I had. And when the political party in power could come and tell me, boy, I under real pressure, you know, I don't know what this one doing, I don't know what the government doing, and all them, I don't feel sorry for none of them. You understand? I don't feel sorry for none of them. I tell Daniel that the other day. You understand? But I don't want to go into that. That's his business. I tell him he must go up on a live and talk his business, man. Let people know what's going on. The next thing now, just coming off of that boat issue because it getting me sick in my stomach. I was watching a report. Parents went down to register in Marabella. Well, registration to register a child for school. And the lines were long and they were very disappointed in the system that the Ministry of Education using and that it's archaic. Now, let me tell you something. It is amazing to me. But you see, when you have a dinosaur as a Minister of Education, you must go backwards instead of forward. It's a no forward movement. It's always backward. Anthony Garcia is the dinosaur of dinosaurs. Good? We in 2018, and I want to let you check the irony in this, eh? We in 2018, moving forward to 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 20, 30, 20, 40, right? In other words, every year is a forward movement. You just go up, right? Nice. You just go forward. So, while the world is moving forward, in Trinidad and Tobago, we are at either a standstill or moving backwards. Every year, you have September registration for your child. Every child goes into a new school or a new standard or a new form come September. Good? That's the start of the new term, new year, wherever. We're in the age of technology. We're in the age of the internet. We live in an era right now where if I want to register or book something or order something, I could do it online. I can shop online. I can make a doctor's appointment online. I could make a barber's appointment online. Good? All of this I could do online. I could do my banking online. I don't matter go in the bank. I could do a transfer from a computer, from my account, make my payments from a credit card, wherever the case is. I could do all of this online. You know what you can't do online? Register your child. You cannot register your child online. In 2018 in Trinidad and Tobago. Now if that in the most backward movement in the history of the world, I don't know what is. And this is the education ministry that has failed to understand that the entire world is moving forward electronically. Right? Technology. is the way of the world today. But you still have to go and fill out a form with a pen and a paper. When you should be able to go up to the Ministry of Education website, all the schools and all the registration, wherever supposed to be listed there, you find the school that you need to register your child, you send, you register online, and then you get a reply via email saying that your registration is complete. Please present a copy of this or whatever. If it is that when the child going in, when they carry in the child for the first day of school or whatever the case is. So now you could take the email and you could just copy it. You could make a copy or wherever, the receipt, wherever the case is, if you had to present it. You know, it have ways and systems. It have, oh God, boy. I don't know what to say again, you know. I mean, my mind just clustered right now because I just can't understand, you know, this the lack of innovation, the lack of vision, the lack of understanding of where the world is headed and where we are. And then when people say we third world, people just feel insulted. We third world. Shit, we might be fifth world. How many other places on the planet right now have the type of resources and revenue that we have and this far behind in transportation, communication, education, security? How many? If you have the type of resources that this country has, and you are earning the type of revenue that we are earning, and you still have simple problems, guess what? It means that something is wrong in the management of the company. Good? A company cannot be making millions of dollars. Good? More than their expenditure on a monthly basis, and getting worse. It means that somebody thieving. You don't think so? That is not common sense. It don't mean that something corrupt taking place. For the last 3 elections or 4 elections, or ever since I voted, I'm 41. Good? So ever since I voted from the age of 18, every opposition party does tell you that the previous government thief out all the money in the treasury. Corruption. Right? So let me ask all you something. If every government that passed through Trinidad and Tobago was corrupt, and every government and the politicians that were inside there, that made up that government, was thieving money, how come it's still our money to thief? Only think about that and then come to the realization and the understanding as to how much money Trinidad and Tobago really have. We have so much money that in 50 plus years they can't thief out all. That is how much money we have. But yet we still have the same simple problems from 30 years ago, 40 years ago that we can't solve. It still have people in Trinidad and Tobago and getting running water in the pipe. You could understand that? In a country with so much, the people are given so little, and then they come back to tell us that they're giving us so much. Because we the jackasses now. We always wrong. The same way like he sat like the Prime Minister in the conversations in Tobago could sit there and tell the people at Tobago, you are your own worst enemy. No. You and everyone like you is Trinidad and Tobago worst enemy. All your leaders. Always be worst enemy. Because all you're mismanaging everything. All you're studying all yourself. All you're studying all your party and all your party card members and people and all their followers, and then studying everybody. That's why you could come and say, with the sari skit that the PNM is half African and half Indian. And if the Indians in the PNM insulted the Indian community, then let them have a conversation with them. Because apparently, you are not the Prime Minister of Indian people. You're the Prime Minister, God alone knows who. Because you're in the Prime Minister for African people either. Because you just treat them like dog shit. You understand? Imagine that this man as the Prime Minister separated his own party by ethnicity. If he could make a statement like that, and he could have that type of thinking about his own party and the people in his own political party, think about the people that are not in his party and how he thinks of them. All you think about that. Think about it. The next thing I want to know, how Faris Al-Rawi gets so quiet? Somebody cut out the tongue? Faris Al-Rawi was one of the spokesperson, always in front of camera and a microphone, talking. The last administration this, the last administration that, and we got this and we got that and we the other, and it's months now Faris Al-Rawi and all realize that Faris get quiet, silent. Don't know what's going on in there, but something wrong somewhere. When a man as vocal as Faris Al-Rawi could just get quiet, just so something wrong. You understand? Something wrong. Like somebody managed him. Somebody say Imbut quiet too. Well, Imbut was quiet until he started talking about the adult toys. Remember the adult toy ban, and he come out and he say there is no ban on adult toys, and he came out and he made a statement, and then the company web source come back and say, well, if what you saying true as the Minister of Finance, then explain this customs, why it is customs saying that these things prohibited by law. If what you saying is true and he hasn't responded yet. Very interesting. You know, so these are some of the things that I am amazed by. Backward education system. And you see, that's the thing, you know, I want people to understand, right? When your education system is not preparing the next generation for the future, remember, these are the people, these people who are being educated now, these children are being educated now. These are the children that will be the future leaders and so on and so forth. If you are not preparing them for the future, then you know what you're going to end up with? You're going to end up with leaders just like what we have now today, with no vision, no creativity, nothing, just backward thinking right through. That's what you end up with, because you have failed to prepare your people for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And you have failed to prepare them because you don't even understand where the world headed. You don't even understand where the world headed. So how the next generation could be prepared for that? You take laptops out of school. You say the children can't get no laptop because they can't afford it. Let me tell you something. I'm a taxpayer. And every taxpayer like me, everybody who working today and paying taxes, I guarantee you that any sensible thinking person will have no problem with the government taking $200 million of taxpayers' money to buy a good laptop for the children in school. Let me tell you why. Because most people have a son, a daughter, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, a granddaughter, a grandson, a godson, a goddaughter, wherever, that going to school. And for that taxpayer or that person to have a problem with our government spending money to enhance that child's learning experience is a fool. Good? So I don't mind the taxpayers' money being spent there. Because like I just said, that is the next generation. And I want them to be better educated than I am. Because the better we educate them, or the better educated they are, it means that we will make some sort of advancements in the future. Because they are forward thinkers. Good? But when you have a government that's telling you there is too much money to spend on the youths, think about the type of message that sends. And then, you know what I can't take? The people who just come to defend these things saying, well, the children wasn't using it for this. Okay, they are children. We expect. And I'll draw an example. Everybody who's an adult now will go and spend $4,000 or $5,000 for a cell phone. Right? Why are you spending $5,000 on a cell phone? Where you buying the cell phone to do? Where you buying the cell phone to do? To make a call, right? That's what a phone for. A phone was made to make a phone call, to talk to people, to communicate, right? But I guarantee you that 100% of people that will spend $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on a phone, on a cell phone, not using it just to talk. They're Googling on it. They're playing games on it. They're watching porn on it. They're doing everything that they're complaining, or they want to use as an excuse as to why not to give a child a laptop. They're doing everything that they claim that child doing too. Well, duh. They're going to play games on the laptop. Why they should be denied that? Because when they become an adult, aren't they going to do the same thing? Aren't they going to buy a laptop with their own money and play games on it the same way? So then where's the problem? Where's the problem? That's part of the life now. I could never understand why you would want to deny a child or protect a child from something that is going to happen or they are going to experience in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time. And what do you think? You could hide a child from the world? You could hide your child from the world? You can't hide a child, not from this world. The most important thing, right? You see, information and accessing information should always be at your fingertips. And that is why a child having a laptop when they're going into secondary school is a plus. Because children in the learning process should be able to access any information that they need in the snap of a finger. We're supposed to make it easy for them to do that, not difficult. Because you want them to progress. And there are people who will disagree with me, but guess what? In anything you do, in anything in life, it have positive and it have negative in it. You have to guide your child. And if your child slips over to the negative side, it is your duty as a responsible parent to pull them back on the positive side and guide them in the correct way by communicating with them and teaching them the difference between right and wrong, teaching them and telling them straight up why they shouldn't do it. We see that people, I tell you don't do it, don't ask me why. I tell you don't do it because I the boss, I the parent. No, you don't communicate with a child like that. You understand? Don't do this because ABC, XYZ, and explain it to them so they have an understanding as to why mommy or daddy don't want me to do this. 9 out of 10 children will not do it because you have given a proper explanation. Because that's how quick they are, that's how they think these days. By denying them that piece of information as to the why not, it come like you're insulting their intelligence. So where you don't feel old enough to understand that, you don't feel big enough. Now they mightn't be, but they will appreciate the fact that you have been honest with them and straightforward with them. Because children are not stupid, they're not foolish. A child doesn't know when you're trying to fool them. A child at the age of 6 doesn't know an adult trying to fool them. Let me be realistic. Let me be real. So don't come to use, like the Minister of Education, the dinosaur that he is, to use that petty excuse of not giving a child a laptop, not preparing these children for the next generation, for the world of technology that they will be engaged in and exposed to. You get? Don't come with that excuse, but they're using it for other things. Don't use that excuse. That is hypocrisy to the highest order. Because if a child turn and asks me, Stefan, why does play games on your phone? That is not to make phone calls. Well, I'll tell the child, well, I could do that because I'm an adult. I could do it because my money pay for it. That's just dumb. Why would you tell a child that? Rather than just be honest. And give them a realistic reason as to why you do it. Anyway. The Galleon's Passage is not a fast ferry because fast ferries, according to the Prime Minister, is a very difficult thing to source. So, for those of you going to travel on the Galleon's Passage, don't come back and say it's slow. That's what he said. 9 and 10-year-olds know more than them in Parliament, but don't be surprised. I'm telling you. I had a little 12-year-old boy with me a few weeks ago, and there was, I think, a song playing on the radio. I think it was a song. I can't remember whether it was a song or something. And he asked me, and I turned down the volume on the song. And he said, well, Milo, what is the song? I said, well, nah, I see that song, there was a certain message in that song. Where's the message? I said, well, you know, ting. He said, listen, I know it about, but it doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Because I understand the difference between right and wrong. And he turned and tell me, he said, next time, just tell me like it is and be straightforward. I was 12. I don't know everything, but I understand the difference between right and wrong. And I was like, wow. This is a 12-year-old, you know, telling me this, you know. And I was digging a horrors to explain him what the artist was singing about. You understand what I'm saying? And he put me in my place. And I had to respect him for that. So, since then, I just tell him straight up how it is. And he's be like, alright, I understand. And that's how we just roll. So, don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate children. Children are extremely intelligent. You know? Anyway. Education system. I can't even say we need a new Minister of Education. I can't even say that. Because that is a waste of time. Hell, we get a new Minister of Sport who knows nothing about sports. They put somebody to run the Ministry of Sport who admittedly does not know anything about sports. But then again, it's okay. Because we have an engineer that is a finance minister. Yeah. And we have an obnoxious, bold-faced, bald-head individual, shameless, walking around as Prime Minister. It's all good in TNT. Trust me. I have some work to go and do, but we're going to talk about this in the morning on the show. We'll talk about this in the morning. It's a frustrating thing when it's a frustrating thing, you know, when you see what it is, when you see the reality around you. It's a frustrating thing. Frustrating. Later, people. Always stay safe.